Hello there, Virgo. Thank you for stopping by for your weekly video tarot forecast for the week of July 27th through August 2nd. I am using my Russian Tarot of St. Petersburg. And what we have for Monday, Virgo, is we have the Justice card in reverse. This is crazy. I think the Justice card has come up in most of my videos this week. I'm on video 6 right now, so this is quite a lot. So there's a lot of judgment going on. A lot of judgment going on this week for just about everybody. So Virgo, when the Justice card comes up in reverse, basically what this is telling me is that on Monday you have a situation where somebody is judging you, your motives, your actions, and they're trying to make a decision about, does this person need to be punished? Does this person need to be rewarded? Does this person just need to be retrained? So this could definitely be something that is a court situation. Many times the Justice card comes up about a court situation, but this can also be a work situation or a family situation where somebody is judging you. And I've even seen this card come up when somebody was trying to decide if they wanted to give an engagement ring to the person that they were dating. So a lot of different places that this Judgment card can be talking about as far as situations in your life, Virgo. What I have going on though with the Justice card in reverse, yeah, that's interesting. For another group this came up too. Usually, but not this time, usually Justice card in reverse means bad news if you're a good person and good news if you're a bad person. But what I have it coming up again is that there's a group situation that you're involved in, Virgo, where you're being judged as part of a group. And so I see this actually coming out in a fair way for the group that you're a part of that's being judged. So when this comes out in a fair way, this would mean that if your group has not been doing anything wrong, if they have been doing things the way that they're supposed to be doing them, then they will be repaid for that in kind. Now, on the other hand, if the group that you're involved in has been involved with some shady dealings, kind of under the table, sneaky, trying to get away with stuff, justice is still going to be served, just that you're not going to like it so much. You're going to get what you deserve out of this situation. So bottom line is on Monday, you as part of a group will be getting what you deserve out of a situation based on somebody else's judgment of it. Okay? So that's the bottom line on Monday for Virgos. Tuesday, we have the Fool coming up in reverse. Now the Fool in reverse just tells me that on Tuesday you have a situation that you really, deep down, you know exactly how to handle the situation. But what you know about how to handle it isn't really logical, and so it's hard to justify in your own mind. And so instead of following that knowing, you're following logic on Tuesday. So here's the deal, guys. I'm reading this energy as it stands right now. So you have free will. You have the ability to change this energy. You have the ability, when you feel that temptation coming in, to follow logic, when inside you know that you know what you're supposed to be doing with this situation, you can say, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to follow logic, because this knowing comes from someplace bigger than logic. I'm going to follow that. So you can turn this around because you do have free will. The other thing that you guys need to know is that this is a general reading, as always, and so not everything is going to apply to everyone. If you want to have a personal reading where everything applies to you, then you want to contact me for a private reading, and I always talk about how to do that at the end of the video, so that will be there as usual. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it here. So anyway, general reading, not everything is going to apply to everyone. On Wednesday, what we have showing up is we have the Five of Clubs in reverse. Now, I like the Five of Clubs in reverse. This is telling me that you've been in a competitive situation. So there's been some situation where you've had competition, and on Wednesday the competition falls away. They just kind of lose interest and just, or they just can't do it. They just can't compete anymore, and they just kind of wander away. And it's a really good thing. If this is something that was important to you, that's a really good thing, because that leaves you in a good position. When everybody else wanders away, you're the one left standing. So that's a good thing. And this competition could be coming up. I've seen this card come up for love life things, where maybe somebody was dating more than one person, and then the other people or the other person just disappeared, just lost interest. Maybe they got distracted by someone else or whatever, and so then there's just one person left standing. And so that gives a chance for the relationship to develop even further between that one person and the one that was dating more than one. So I've seen it come up in those types of relationships, but it's also very easy to see how this could come up in a business situation too, where you have competition for a promotion, or also in a business situation, maybe where you have competition for projects, or competition about how to handle projects. So any way you look at it, you're looking at the competition falling away for whatever reasons, and that leaves you as the person standing. You're the person that is left with that thing that you've been wanting and that you've been competing for, whether you knew you were competing or not. So Thursday, what we have showing up is we have the Sun card. I personally like the Sun card. The Sun card is just telling me that on Thursday you're feeling very empowered and encouraged and lifted up. You're feeling like on Thursday you can express yourself in exactly the way that's perfectly appropriate for you, and it feels really, really good. And that's what I have coming in on Thursday, that you're taking action and expressing yourself in the best way possible and feeling really happy while you're doing it. When I talk about expressing yourself in the best way possible and feeling happy while you're doing it, I just want to clarify, because I'm hearing some questions coming in. I know you guys aren't actually watching as I'm videotaping this, but I've started like hearing your questions even before. So this is not talking about having a fit. When you're expressing yourself in the most appropriate way possible, having a fit is not it. I know some of you are thinking, oh, that means I'm going to let so-and-so have it on Thursday. Boy, it's been a long time coming. Not talking about that. Not at all. Just wipe that right out of your brain. That's not what I'm talking about. This is something that feels good. Not only does it feel good to you, but people around you look at how good you're feeling and it rubs off on them and it makes them feel good. This is not whacking somebody down to the ground here, okay? Just so you know. Now, Friday, what we have coming up for you Virgos is we have the Hanged Man in reverse. And if you'll notice when he's in reverse, he kind of looks like he's doing a jig, doesn't he? I always take this as a good thing when the Hanged Man shows up in reverse. So what this is actually telling me on Friday is that you've had a situation that's had you sort of stumped, like you really didn't know how to move forward in this situation. And what's happened on Friday is all of a sudden you get it. You see exactly the best way to handle the situation, and now instead of being paralyzed and kind of in a holding pattern in this situation, you know how to move forward with it productively, and that's what you begin to do. That's what I'm seeing for you on Friday. So that's a very good thing. Then Saturday, Virgos, you have the Emperor in reverse. And I'm getting a 50-50 split here on what this means for you Virgos. So about 50% of you, this will be you. About 50% of you, you'll be interacting with someone like this. A few of you will be both, which that will be totally disastrous, but hopefully I won't get to witness any of that. All right, so let me tell you what I'm talking about here. So the Emperor in reverse, if it's you, or if it's the person that you're running into, these are the type of traits you can expect from an Emperor in reverse. This is somebody who has some kind of authority. Generally this is male, but I have seen this come up as a very strong personality female before, rarely, but sometimes. This is somebody who they have control of certain things. They have influence over certain things, and it has been given to them. It's not like they just took it, but they use that situation in such a way as to manipulate people into doing more than what they really have control over, and also to bully people. So this person, besides being manipulative and bullying, this person also has personality traits of not being able to give out praise, or choosing not to give out praise in a very generous manner at all. In fact, if you hear praise from them, you might want to fall on the floor. And then they're always like writing for more. Like the more you try to please this person just to make them calm down or be happy, or for whatever reason you would want to please this person, the more you do that, the more they want from you. They're never really satisfied. They're just always pushing. You don't hear thank you. You hear, oh good, I'm glad you got that done. Now you can do this. So not a very fun person to be around. So Virgos, for those of you who can see that being your personality on Saturday, and if you can be honest enough to see that, kudos to you, definitely. You know, you can change that energy. Once again, free will can change anything and everything. So if you start to feel yourself acting like that, maybe it's time to go take a nap and just, you know, wake up on the right side of the bed. Or maybe it's time to just take a break and just de-stress a little bit and then come back later on and hit whatever it is you need to work on that day. For those of you who have to interact with a person like this, the best thing that you can do is just stay calm and kind of observe how they're acting. Don't let them pull a reaction out of you. Just sort of keep your distance emotionally about what's going on. Just know, wow, this person must be having a bad day. Look how they're acting, you know, and just kind of go with the flow with this one. This is not a situation where you're going to fight this person and win, because they're just not reasonable. So going with the flow is kind of the way to do it on Saturday, unless you want to make things much bigger than they already are as far as drama with this person. Now, Sunday, we have a much less exciting card, which after yesterday we're happy about. So we have the Two of Coins in reverse. Two of Coins in reverse just means that you have a hectic day Sunday. You've got a lot going on. And so this is a good day that if you have somebody else that you can delegate some of your responsibilities to, this is a good time to do that, because that way things aren't going to fall through the cracks with you trying to cover everything all by yourself. Okay? So Virgos, that is your week. For those of you who would like to schedule a private session with me, feel free to check out my website. I'm at amista.info, amista.info. Once you've been there and you've poked around a little bit, if you still feel like I'm the best reader for you and you know which service you want, go ahead and just contact me and we'll schedule a reading for you as quickly as possible. Right now my wait time is only really short. Like I might be able to help you even the same day or the next day. So this is a good time if you want to come in and get a reading really quick. Thank you everybody for hanging out with me this week. Everyone have a great week. Peace out.